Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about the psychology of friendship. I'm Rita and today it's all about you. Friendship is a supportive behavior between people. It involves a relationship that has mutual knowledge, esteem, affection, and empathy. An healthy friendship also involves respect, honesty, and loyalty, and we can even consider in some aspects altruism. Usual friendship has similar tastes, points of views, and goals, and often people with friendship relationships engage in mutual helping behaviors. For most people, friendship involves trust, the sense of security, and mutual understanding. During life, friendship is not always the same. There are different types of friendship, there are different types of goals, and even different ages for these different kinds of friendships. Around 2 years old, a child starts to interact with their peers in a more significant way. And probably it's not a coincidence that it's also around this age that a child needs to start to make their first social interactions. They start to choose with whom they want to interact, which indicates the beginning of preferences in their playmate groups. So companionship is the beginning of this type of friendship, of this type of relationship. Preschoolers in general, they talk more with their friends, have much more social contact, they are less dominant and have a much more equal behavior, and by this time children start to incorporate emotional and affective functions into their friendships, like licking, hugging, kissing, so a much more closeness in general. In this time starts to happen also conflict, but is a time that maybe because it's the beginning, there is a much stronger willing to solve the conflicts, of course in a much more basic way. But during this age, and in 50% of the cases, friendships between preschoolers are unilateral. In this time, children start to establish connections and relationships with the other children that they consider are much more alike. Because of the need of becoming more independent from parents, school children have much more independence in the friendship too. This relationship promotes the share of intimacy, of secrets, particularly in the same gendered relationship. Here they have the social interaction and the emotional contact in much more stronger bonds, because loyalty, values and shared rules become extremely important. The growth of cognitive abilities, the independence from the parents, affection, intimacy really mark the friendship during adolescent times. Adolescents start to have friends for different reasons and for different purposes. During this phase, they also start the friendship with people from the opposite sex, which may also can create physical intimate connections between some of them, and may be involved in romantic relationships or choose just to be friends. This relationship really helps to develop intimacy, connections and affiliation. With some life event like marriage, parenthood or career development, the friendship model for adults suffers a lot of changes during the lifespan. In some cases, all of these life events may not give much space for the development of a new friendship, or even sometimes the nurture of the ones that already exist. So during early adulthood, it can be a little bit more difficult to make new friends, because not everybody has the same disposition, and it has other kind of things. But the fact is that also big group of friends, they don't stick during this time. What really usually happens is that people stick 1, 2 or 3 friends that they already have, or that they can eventually make as a new connection. But the main thing is to really be able to maintain certain social connections, but in a much more reduced number. Late in life, like relocation, widowhood, or even retirement, may also have an opposite effect and create a necessity to stay a little bit more social connected. During this phase, it is really needed to create new opportunities for friendship as a source of support or companionship. And these may be old friendship relationships, or eventually new ones that can be created too. The first stage is stranger, when there is no idea of the existence of the other person. Acquaintance, when there is only an occasional contact with a very general knowledge. Casual friends with common interests and activities. They may eventually meet a little bit more often, but is not a serious emotionally connection. Close friends share similar values and views, mutual interests and life goals, and actually it is a bond between mind and spirit. And the last stage is intimate friends, which usually are committed to the development of each other, have mutual responsibilities, and have a strong social connection. Having strong friendships are an important aspect of most people's emotional well-being, because actually they are associated with happiness, self-esteem, and sense of purpose. With friendships, we can develop our social skills, our compassion, our empathy, emotional support, and altruism. Having friends is important, but is not vital. If there are lots of people that spend lots of time with other people, there's also who really prefers to be by themselves. And if we think twice, the only thing that really matters is that we can feel totally comfortable with our social life and our social connections, and do things with lots of friends, or with just one friend, or even with only ourselves. And so that's all for today, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe to the channel. Leave a thumbs up, share with a friend, comment if you want, and I'll see you next time for another video. Bye!